I'm Elle Edwards, the Mindset Geek from GoToElle.com, and welcome back. Now in today's episode, as promised, I'm going to give you my very best, most important, most effective ever mindset tip on how to achieve any goal or project that you want to get done. And yes, this applies to writing as well, thinking about our October goals and preparing for NaNoWriMo. However, it applies to anything. Okay, now I know that's a big, bold claim, but hear me out. First, I should warn you, you're probably going to hear this advice and go, oh, Elle. But it's true, so wait for it. Are you ready? I wish I had a little drum roll to share with you, but I don't, unless I edit one on to the video afterwards, which I might do. However, here we go. Are you ready? Are you sitting comfortably? Okay, my biggest and best and most important mindset tip for you in order to achieve any goal or project is to decide. Ugh. See, I did warn you that it was a bit boring and dull. However, it's really, really important. Now, you might have heard this advice before. You might have heard people rattle on about the importance of making a decision, and you just have to decide. There's no just about it. I should say that from the outset. You don't just decide. Well, you do just decide, but that word just implies that it's easy. And sometimes we can tie ourselves up in knots for days, weeks, months, even years, getting to the point where we're ready to decide. And if that sounds familiar, I want to encourage you. First of all, you're not alone. Believe me, thinking about writing in particular, but this applies to lots of stuff. How many people, when you tell them, I'm writing a book, oh yeah, I want to write a book one day, or I started a book, the number of people who have started writing a book or thought about writing a book on this planet is incredible. And if you were to tally up the number of people that thought about writing and talked about writing versus people who've actually finished their book, it's a different story, shall we say. So deciding, but actually deciding and then taking action on that decision. I will do this no matter what. It's that kind of deciding, knowing with a certainty right in your very core that this matters right now. And it comes back to what we talked about yesterday. If you saw yesterday's episode, we talked about finding your why. And that's why that episode came first. It wasn't an accident. Your why is important. You find out why you want to write a book, for example. Why do you want to do it? And then it becomes much easier to make that decision. Now, I have a story which I think I've shared with you before. I talked about doing this mindset and happiness work a long time ago. GoToElle, the very first version of GoToElle.com was in 2011, which in internet years is like, a whole, a whole lifetime ago. Although it wasn't really that long ago, it was only 7 years ago. But in internet years, that's like forever ago. Yeah, and however, I talked about it and thought about it and played with other things on the side and never really fully committed and jumped in and went, right, this is it, I am doing it, until this summer. And this summer, I went, right, this is it can wait no longer, and did it. And the results have been amazing, and I'm having the best time ever. And the fact that you're watching this or listening to this now is testament to the power of deciding. And so I felt I would be doing you a massive disservice if I didn't mention how important it is to decide, just how critical it is. I really do believe it is the very first step, because without that decision at your very core, a certainty, a belief, yes, I am going to do this no matter what, you're going to make it more difficult for yourself. And yeah, you can still do it, and you can sort of plod along, and like I did with my business, I went round in circles and did a bit of this and a bit of that, and I've lost count of how many different bits of GoToElle there are in different places around the internet. I never really fully committed, and yes, I got there eventually. And sure, you could kind of go, yeah, okay, I'm going to do that, and you'll get there eventually. However, if you decided as a result of yesterday that you know what your why is, and then you decide, right, this is it, you get there that much more quickly. And I know it's not a race, and I know it's not all about getting everything done yesterday. However, life is short. Our time on this planet is precious. And as I've shared with you already, the world needs this project. Whatever it is you're about to put out there in the world, we need you to do that work. And so I'm all about helping you take action on that. And the very best way I know to help you take action is to empower and encourage and inspire you today to decide. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This game is won or lost in your head. Now, if you've already downloaded the Good Morning MP3, you'll know that that's central to the message of that MP3. It really is won or lost in your head. And so today, if you're ready, I want to encourage you to take that next step and decide. And mentioning that Good Morning MP3, if you're not already getting these updates via email, if you haven't got my Good Morning MP3, I would encourage you to go to gotoelle.com and you can sign up and you'll get the links every single day, every weekday, so you don't miss out on any of this content. And you get my Good Morning MP3. I've been told it is really rather lovely by people who've listened to it other than me. So that's fair. That's good enough for me. So yeah, gotoelle.com is where you can get that resource. But in the meantime, what's it going to take for you today to decide, to choose, to get yourself ready so you feel it in your very core, your very being, that this is your time? That's my challenge for you today. And as ever, smile, have yourself a delightful day. I've been Elle from gotoelle.com. Take care. Bye-bye.